What's up, HVAC pros? Coming to you today, talk about, I did a last video about bad apples. So let me tell you what happened to me today. Kind of disturbing, kind of, I, I don't even, I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. So I decided today I was going to, today was a beautiful day out. I needed to service my tractor. So I decided to pull the tractor into the shop, get it all apart. I start draining the oil in it. I change the oil in it. That goes well. I start changing hydraulic fluid. I start to drain that. I get that all out. I get the filter out. I start cleaning the filter up. And then I decide I'm going to change the hydraulic filter, and it's the wrong one. So now I don't have the right filter, so I have to use the old one and put it back on. In the meantime, I'm in the shop working, and my wife is out cutting her hydrangeas because it's time, wintertime here in Virginia, it's time to cut the hydrangeas down. So she's out there cutting, and then all of a sudden she comes and takes a break, and I take a break, and we're sitting in there in the shop, just talking. And then she comes walking out of the shop, and she looks up, and there is one of our extra vans sitting in the driveway. And I'm like, holy, she's like, isn't that so and so's van? And I'm like, not that I'm aware of. And we look up, and the number on the side of the truck is that employee's van. So we had an employee that worked for us for quite some time, decided to give us 2 weeks notice, started Monday of last week. And he decided, we told him that, well, basically my wife had to talk with him and told him that we had a couple installs coming up this week, which would have been the last week of his 2 week notice. But he turns around and he drops the van off today. Never says anything to anybody. He sent me a text message to my phone, which my phone was in the house because I was in the shop working. And he sent me a text, this, long text message. I'm starting my new job on Monday. So basically, he didn't even give a 2 weeks notice. My thought behind this is, I feel like I really treated this employee very well. Every time he needed money, I always gave him extra money. Every time he was struggling with something, I always helped him out. Anytime he needed something, I was always there to try to, help him out. My, when I talk about family with our customers, but our employees are just the same. It's like a family here. So when our employees struggle, we struggle because that's how our family is. When you come to work for D&L, you come to work for us as a family, not as a company. You're not a number here. We don't treat you as a number. We treat you as family. So if your family's going through something and you need help, we're there to help you. If you're financially strapped, we're there to help you. We help our employees out through the transition. Now, I'm not saying that we'll go and buy them a house or something like that, but in the beginning, he was trying to buy a house and he had some issues. Not to go personal, but he had some issues that we worked through it with him so he could buy a house, and he ended up buying a house and got that. You know, we really, really went out of our way to help him, and he couldn't even give us the decency of his 2 weeks. He did 1 week, and then that was it. He and it wasn't even a week because technically Thursday was Thanksgiving, and Friday we were closed. So Thursday was a paid holiday, but Friday wasn't. So I'm thinking to myself, like, you gave me 3 days out of your 2 weeks notice. Now I understand Thanksgiving and Friday. I would have counted those 2 days if he had worked this next week, but he didn't even work the next week, and then didn't have the decency. He had to see me in the shop working. I mean, where he dropped the van off was right. I mean, you could look right in the shop, and I was in there working on the tractor, and he didn't have the decency to come over to me and say, you know what, I'm really sorry, but I do stop my job tomorrow on Monday, and da 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 da. He couldn't even do that. He couldn't even show that respect. And I'm just thinking to myself, what is wrong with people today? You build a culture of a family oriented business. You treat them like family. You bring them into your family. You do whatever is necessary to keep them as family. But they treat you like dirt. They disrespect you. They're not loyal to you. They don't. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. And I'm not a mean person. I'm not a vengeful person. I'm not. I mean, I believe that what goes around comes around. I mean, I truly believe that. I believe that everybody gets their due. I mean, it happens. But I just don't understand why people cannot find the respect and the conscience to tell the truth. I mean, it's not, I don't care that he went to another job. I mean, if he's going to better himself, go right ahead, do it. But I've been in this business for a very long time, and all the businesses, what they do is when they're busy, they want to hire a bunch of people, but when it slows down, then they get rid of people. And the one thing I never did is I never laid him off. I never laid him off, even through the slow times. I never laid them off. My loyalty was always to make sure that they got their hours, and you couldn't even have the decency to give me a full 2 weeks notice. These are the bad apples. I mean, these are the apples that will create cancer in your business. It will create cancer within your families because, like I said, we build a culture here at D&L that when you don't, you're just not an employee here. Like our customers are family, our employees are family too. As the owner, I do whatever it takes to make sure that my technicians stay working. Now, we'll survive. I mean, the business survived before him, it'll survive after him. We'll either find a replacement or the D&L guy is going back in the truck, which is fine. I kind of miss it a little bit. I know my business needs to, I need to focus on my back end of my business, which, I got that, I understand. But my thing is, I just don't understand where people's loyalty lies today. It doesn't lie with the people that take care of you. It lies. Now, again, anybody that's going to better themselves, look, I've had employees that came to work for me, worked for a year, used me as a stepping stone, and went to work for the government. Now, to me, that is a huge stepping stone, and if you didn't take that, I would probably boot you in the rear end. Because that's something that you're going to get full benefits, you're going to get retirement, you're going to get all kinds of stuff. Something a smaller company like here, we can't offer that to you. That is something that you're bettering yourself at. But to jump ship, and he's not the only one. I've had quite a few employees. I'm going for $1 more an hour. Are you really going somewhere else for $1 more an hour? And they look at you and say, well, I really like it here. It's nothing personal. No, obviously, you don't fit in our business model. And I will tell you right now, if you don't have employees that fit in your business model, my suggestion is to weed them out. Hire other employees. Yes, it's going to take a hit on your payroll, but find the ones that fit into your culture. What is your business branding? What is your business culture? What is it at your business that makes you thrive? What are you portraying to your customers? That you're a family oriented business, that you're honest, professional, and courteous, that you're on time. Well, these are the people that you want to find. These are the guys that you want to hire that are not out there just to make the extra buck, but they're out there to provide the excellent, exceptional service. And they want to be part of a family oriented business that thrives on that type of service. So if you're one of the millions and millions of HVAC business owners out there, and you have this problem that I have of having an employee that is a bad apple and decides that he is only looking out for himself, then my suggestion to you as a business owner is start hiring other people to weed out those employees that cause friction in your business and don't fit in your business model. For the D&L guy and for D&L, it's time for us to move on. We've exhausted all of our avenues with this employee. We will not exhaust anymore. And after what he did this weekend and not giving us the extra week to tidy up all the loose ends that were loose that he had done, he didn't care about us and didn't care about our business. He cares about himself. And unfortunately, that doesn't fit in our business model. And because of that, it's time for us to move on. So my advice to any business owners out there that have this problem with employees, yes, you can put up with a certain amount of stuff with them, but it comes to a point where it becomes, no matter what you do, it's an endless battle with somebody either doesn't want, they're just never going to fit. They're the puzzle piece that just never fits in the puzzle. And unfortunately, in this business, you need the correct people in positions to fit in that puzzle, or else you will continuously spin your wheels and end up going nowhere. And or you're going to get caught like I did to the point where now I have other employees. I'm fine. Again, if I'm going to go back in a truck, or I'm going to find somebody that's going to, and what may happen is I may find somebody that's better, and that may happen. I truly believe what's going to happen is he's going to work for this company, and he's going to hate it because he's going to a lot of drive time that he's going to do. Not only that is he's probably going to be the last man on the totem pole. So when it starts to get slow, he'll be the first one to be let go. So unfortunately for him, he's making a life decision that is going to cost him in the long run, and he has burnt a bridge where he cannot and will not be able to come back. We like I said, I multiple times took him back based on his actions, and this will be the last straw. It's if it was nothing personal and nothing that we did, then you would have had the integrity to give your 2 weeks notice and fulfill that, and you didn't even have that. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm a man of principles. I'm a man of morals. I'm a man of values, and I instill that in my business. I instill that in my employees, and if you don't have that, then you're just not. You're the puzzle piece that don't fit, and it has come to that point where that puzzle piece is not going to fit, and it is time to move on. So all I can tell you guys out there, HVAC pros, just make sure that you have the correct people in the correct places that can. Don't leave yourself short-handed. Don't leave yourself to a point where they hold you hostage, because that's basically what it was. When he was the only employee that we had, he held our business hostage because he could pretty much tell us he wasn't coming in, and things had to go. So we do have two other guys that can pick up the slack, and we will do that, and we'll move on, and we'll find other guys that fit in our culture. But moving forward, there'll be things in place that we need to make sure that these um, employees have the same mentality, have the same culture, have the same thrive, the same morals and values that we have in our business, and they'll fit just well, and they will be well compensated for their efforts in doing that and building a brand and a business that they can be proud of and be proud to wear the shirt of the D&L. Anybody else that it's not, to leave a company that supposedly has treated you so well, and you have to do that by text message and dropping a van off with your uniforms in a garbage bag. Yeah, that's not cool, man. And not tell anybody. Not you got to send a text message to tell somebody. That's just cowardly, especially after somebody that's done so much for you. But if that's the way you are, you pretty much showed your true colors, and that is an employee that you don't want working for your company, because that is the one that's going to create bad apples, cancer within your company that will bring every other employee down with him because he's unhappy. And I don't know what will ever make him happy. It probably won't be, There's those guys. Look, if you're one of those guys that jump from ship to ship to ship, be careful, because what happens is those ships sink. You're going to get to the point where you've jumped numerous ships only to find out that there's no more ships to jump. And I know a few of those guys out there, and a couple of them have worked for me, and they're just never satisfied. And unfortunately, because they're never satisfied, either because they don't live within their means, or they're just never satisfied because nothing's going to make them satisfied. They don't really want to be part of a thriving, good thing, and some people don't. Some people can't see the future, or some people are greedy. And what I mean by greedy is they think because you own a business, you make $1 million. Well, you don't. You don't make $1 million. Because by the time you're done paying the taxes and insurance and the vehicles and the repairs and everything else that's out there, and supply the tools that they keep breaking, you don't make them. You're lucky. You're lucky. But the D&L guy and D&L will be moving forward. You may see the D&L guy back in the truck, which is okay with me. It's probably time that I need to go back out there with my customers. So if you're one of those HVAC pros out there that having a problem with bad apples, my suggestion to you is put the process in place. Remove the bad apples. Get yourself a team that wants to work and build a huge, huge company. Because those are the ones that you want to keep. Those are the ones that you want. And you'll find out little things. Little things like, oh, can they buy a system? Well, at first I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, okay, yeah, you can buy a system. Maybe it's for his family, whatever. But when you're selling when the technician is selling outside of the business 5 systems in the summertime, there's a problem. And the last one he did was kind of the last straw for me. So it was a matter of time anyways before either he left or I let him go. So him leaving to another company is probably a good thing. Because he might have come to me and asked me for another system, and I probably would have said no, and we would have had a discussion. But, it was good while it lasted. Unfortunately, it has come to an end right now. So if you're one of those HVAC pros out there that have, some guys in there that you're tolerating, my suggestion is hire other guys, put ads out there, just keep rotating your staff till you find the ones that fit in your puzzle. Because they will take down the rest of the other guys in there. And if they're the ones that starting to, don't want to rely on, you got to replace them. Trust me when I tell you, you got to replace them. Or you're going to be held hostage to a business that you're not running the business is running you. So that's my tip for today. God bless you all. D&L guys out. Wish you the best.